Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Casanova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Krista Joy from DisneyWays.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and welcome to your source for Disney Parks news and information, including in-depth interviews with your favorite Disney celebrities and so much more. Today, we have American Idol news, the latest from Disneyland in California, and our top 5 tips for keeping cool during these hot summer days at Walt Disney World. But now, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Tony. What's up, Tony?
Okay, first we want to say thank you for everyone who came out to the June, meet, yeah.
The first June meet.
The first June meet at Pizza Planet. We had a good time. We had a lot of people come and go, and we met some new friends, and we met some new followers, and, you know, there's pictures on Facebook and Twitters and all over there. So, everybody that came out, thank you. If you didn't come out, thank you. You'll come out the next time or whenever we have another meet. Speaking of other meets, we have one on June 28th. We are going to meet at Club Cool between 1 to 2 p.m. And then at 2 p.m., we're going over to the Art of Disney to see our friend Kevin John, who is going to have his first, Disney masterpiece out there called Flowers and Figment. Kevin John will be at the Art of Disney between 1 and 3 p.m. If you want one of the 95 limited edition Flowers and Figments, then don't come see us between 1 and 2 because you may not get one. I would probably go see Kevin definitely at 1 o'clock when he's ready to get rid of those. He's going to hand sign all of those and any of the other pieces that are for sale that day. So go out and see Kevin John between 1 and 3. If you can, come meet us between 1 and 2, and, we'll have fun.
Yeah, he also got approved to, not only can he sign your print, but he's also going to be doing little hand-drawn figments on each one, like before your eyes. So that's something he had to get approved by Disney, but he's going to be able to do that too, so that's pretty cool. Yeah,
that'll be good. That'll be a little extra thing that you'll have on your special piece. The Flowers and Figment, I believe he said they are 16 by 20. So that's a pretty good size piece, which is not too bad. Mm-hmm. At least it's not a postcard size. We also have another meet coming up in July, on July 6th. We are going to meet in the Contempo Cafe at the Contemporary Resort. That's up on the 4th floor. We will meet between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. And I think somebody was asking me the other day, why are we having this at the Contempo? Why are we having this? Listen, it's July. We want to be inside where it's air conditioned. We're not crazy. So that's why it's not in the park, because it's going to be hot, and this is just a good place to see it. So, if we're lucky, maybe Disney will be doing the week of the 4th of July fireworks, so we may get lucky. So maybe this meet will go longer than 4 p.m.
Yeah.
I want to also remind everybody, we are having a meet in August, and this is the legendary monorail crawl. We had a big turnout last year, and if at every meet I get asked the same question, when do you have another monorail crawl? I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be in August. We should probably put the date up there and get it out there, but I was trying to think of something cool to do, and I'm still thinking about that and working on something, but it's going to be in August, so everybody keeps asking, when's the next monorail call, Tony? It's going to be in August, so just calm down. We're going to do it. We'll get to that. You don't have to RSVP, but we do have a thing on Facebook. If you want to post and say you're coming and, all that kind of stuff, you can do that. It's Disney Parks Facebook page. You can go there. Come one, come all, come bring a friend, hang out. That's it.
Yeah. Tentatively, we have the monorail crawl set for August 23rd. That also happens to be the date of the Unleash the Villains party. So, I don't know.
So if you don't feel like ponying up $66 to go see Villains for 5 hours, you can come with us and have some fun.
Yeah, so if you want to stay...
I'm not going. I'm not dropping $66 to go see Villains for 5 hours. That's worse than a Christmas party. It's half the time and the same amount of money. That's nuts. Unleash your fun with us. If you have a villain, bring it with us over to the monorail crawl.
We're going to unleash the cocktails at
the
monorail crawl.
Yeah. Villains are welcome at monorail crawl in August.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
All right. Well, we have some official news now. The Orlando Sentinel reported today that the American Idol experience, which of course is that singing competition attraction based on the popular Fox television show, the American Idol experience is going to close at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Yep, it's going to happen sometime in January 2015. So if you want to sing, you better do it soon. The attraction opened in 2009, and you guys all know that this is the one that features theme park guests as contestants, and the winner of each show returns for the grand finale at the end of the day, and the champion of that round, of course, gets that dream ticket that lets the winner cut to the front of the line on the real American Idol show. So just so you know, that's going away. I don't know that a lot of people are really attached to the American Idol experience. So, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But they've had different things there in the past. So I'm sure they'll do something great with that building again.
Okay, so the whole center of the Hollywood Studios is now a vacant wasteland. Drew Carey's is empty. American Idol will be empty. The radio station is empty. That whole big, huge building right there in the middle will all be completely empty. And why are they waiting until 2015? Why not tomorrow? Why are we keeping this until 2015? Maybe because they have to do it through the year. Maybe that's their agreement with Fox.
There's probably red tape and contracts.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. But do we want to talk about the speculation and the rumors?
Yeah.
That goes with this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The speculation and the rumors that goes with this is, and, there's other thing. We've been saying it for a year now. Star Wars Land is coming. And you got to get rid of some of this dead weight, prepare for the new stuff that's coming. So, we've been saying it before, I'm going to say it again. This is going. We hear rumors of Indiana Jones going. I really don't think that's going to go. I don't.
You don't think Indiana Jones is going to go?
I don't think Indiana Jones is going to go. I think, well, this is going. We know that. Backlot Tour is going to go, and I think the stunt show is going to go. And I think there'll be more than plenty area to build Star Wars Land. I don't think you're going to have to take out Indiana Jones. I don't think that's going to happen. But I could be wrong. I could be crazy. There are people, drawing maps of what this is going to look like and all this other kind of crazy stuff. I just think they're waiting till after Star Wars Land, after Star Wars Weekends has ended, which it has. Harry Potter thing is coming around the corner, and I think Disney... they're going to make the Harry Potter announcement. It's going to open, yada, yada. And then Disney's going to make their grand announcement of they're building a Star Wars Land. That's the way it's going to happen.
There you have it.
Yeah, that's my guess. We'll find out on another podcast if I'm right or I'm wrong or if I'm crazy. So if you want to wager, let's go. Drop us a message and decide if I'm crazy or if I'm not. All right, Krista. Oh, you want me to talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay. We are on YouTube, if you didn't know that. We are YouTube/user/Disney PK podcast. And I have been bad. I haven't posted the last show. Shame on me. I will try to get to that this week. I will post our show there. I've posted some other things there. And I've been trying to go back and do other things, but we've been busy with meetups and other things. So I'll try to keep up with that as much as I can, too. And go out to YouTube. We've also put some content out there that is not our normal podcast show. But if you are out there, please subscribe. That will, if you want to see, what we post every time we do, the best way to do that is if you can subscribe to the channel. Depending on your settings, you get the email daily, weekly, monthly, or however your YouTube settings are. So go out to YouTube and give us a subscribe.
Thank you, Tony, for doing all the work on that. It's coming together. It's a labor of love, and he's been working really hard on it. It's looking great, and it's just going to get better and better. So next we have some Disneyland news from our friend Randy Crane over at faithinthemagickingdom.com. So here's what Randy sent me this week. He says, just a little news for the Disneyland Resort this week, mainly about attraction reopenings. As I reported a few months ago, Alice in Wonderland and Finding Nemo's Submarine Voyage at Disneyland Park are both currently closed for refurbishment. Well, thanks to the Disney Parks blog, Randy is pleased to report that Alice in Wonderland will reopen on July 4th. It's been public knowledge for a while that the updates would be made to the exterior of the attraction, but Aaron Glover, who's the social media director for the Disneyland Resort, had heard recently from Walt Disney Imagineering that some work is happening on the inside as well. Randy says what he's hearing is that we're getting at least one more advanced audio animatronic figure in there, something along the lines of the new Seven Dwarfs figures from the new Mine Train attraction at the Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World. We have also a reopening date for the Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage. There have been rumors on some fan sites since before it closed that this was a permanent closure, even though Disney wasn't saying that. It would just drag on and then just quietly fade away. So that's what people thought was going to happen. But clearly those rumors were wrong, as it's scheduled to reopen on September 27th. So that's good news. Speaking of the Disney Parks blog, they had an article recently that anyone who is a fan of Disneyland or Disney history needs to check it out. It's called A Look Back at June 14th, 1959, grand opening of the Disneyland Alweg monorail system, Matterhorn bobsleds, and submarine voyage at Disneyland Park, and it can be found at a link that I'll put in the bottom of the show notes. The public relations director for Disneyland Resort, with assistance from the Walt Disney Archives and the Nixon Presidential Library, pieced together details from this event as well as solved some lingering mini mysteries from the festivities of Sunday, June 14th, 1959. Is that the day Disneyland opened, Tony? June 14th, 1959?
Yes.
Okay. So that would explain that.
Yeah.
So that's some cool stuff. It's great to know those rides are reopening. I know there's a lot of frustration at Disneyland when rides close down. I think Big Thunder Mountain was really out for a long time. So it's great to hear that some things will be coming back this summer.
Yeah, I don't think they would shut down the Nemo submarine attraction. There was a big uproar, when it shut down as 20,000 Leagues. And there was all this speculation that it wasn't coming back, and then it came back as Nemo, thank God. And Krista, I don't know if you've been on 20,000 Leagues here in Disney World, have you? Yeah. Remember that back in the day? It's like that still in California. So, really, the first time I went to Disneyland and I got on that, it was like, brought back all these 20,000 Leagues memories, But it's a much updated, I guess, better attraction now. There's newer technologies and things like that. But yeah, I don't think they would close that. There'd be chaos in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thanks, Randy, for that. We also want to remind you that over at the Disney Parks Podcast website, we have a newsletter. We sent out our first newsletter last week, and it's got a special contest in it. So if you are a newsletter subscriber, we are giving away Keith Lapning pin. So please go out to the Disney Parks Podcast website and subscribe, get the newsletter. It's free. It'll come when it comes. We can't guarantee, a monthly one, but when we have news and information that we want to get to you, that's when we'll shoot it out to you. Okay, here back in Florida, I don't understand why they do this during the summer. They did it last year, too, where they had limited hours for the monorail, and that is coming back again. This time, allegedly, the rumor is again that the Disney World monorail system is being updated with a automated operating system. Now, this doesn't mean that it's not going to have a person up front. It just means that the start, the stop, and the control of the monorail will be a automated system. But because of this, there are some permanent, temporary monorail schedules that you're going to have to abide by. So the Magic Kingdom Resort Beam will only be operational between 8:30 a.m. and midnight. The Magic Kingdom Express Beam will only be operational between 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 p.m. And then the Epcot beam will only be operational between 9 a.m. and 11 p.m. During this time, they'll have additional watercraft and additional buses to get people around. When the new completed automated system is up and running, it'll allow for faster switching the trains on and off the beams, more frequent dispatch of the trains, and a more consistent running of the monorail and monorail arrival information. There's no timetable of when this is all going to be completed and return back to normal operation, but I think once it does, I think we're going to see a different monorail system. It'll almost be scheduled, really. I mean, they're kind of scheduled in a sense now, but they'll almost be able to predict the time it's going to be in the station because it'll be this automated system. Think of it like the trains in Tokyo. If it says 10:15, they mean 10:15. Then I mean 10:16, they mean 10:15.
That's really cool. I think the monorails come about every 4 minutes, so to think it's going to be even more frequent than that
And on time?
is amazing.
Yeah. You'll be able to set your watch by the arrival of the monorail.
It's good news. Well, it already started. 2 princesses have moved locations at the Magic Kingdom. So, just so you're up to date, Aurora has moved out of Princess Fairy Tale Hall over to the Town Square Courtyard on Main Street, USA, and she is meeting guests each afternoon into the early evening. Also, Snow White will start meeting guests daily at Center Street on Main Street, USA. Anna and Elsa will continue to meet guests at Princess Fairy Tale Hall in Fantasyland. Their schedule recently changed. They're now available from park open until about a half hour before park closing. With this change, there will be no visiting princess greeting along with the sisters. Cinderella and Rapunzel will continue to meet guests at Princess Fairy Tale Hall per usual.
Now, this is what I heard, and I'm not sure if this is true or not. And if it is true, there may be
some uproar.
An uproar and lines like we've never seen, kids. The reason they're doing this is because the rumor is that you're not going to meet Anna and Elsa together. They will be in separate rooms. So if you want Anna, you'll have to go to one Anna line. You want Elsa, you have to go to an Elsa line. And the reason this rumor was, told to us is that you have to meet the queen before you can meet the princess.
I don't know about that, but I think if they're doing it, it's probably for crowd control.
Well, I've heard that the crowd control is out of control, but that's a whole nother story we can talk about on a different podcast. But I think that if you're not going to get both of them at the same time, Mom, Dad, if you're coming down this summer, really good luck, because if you don't get a fast pass, you're really not going to see anything. You know, yeah. That's a shame. That's really a shame. And really, does Snow White need to... I mean, Snow White should be by the mine train. You know, take out that stupid DVC thing on the back and put a Snow White meet and greet back there.
Right.
Snow White and the dwarfs. I mean, who needs a DVC thing on the back of the mine train? And stop selling that stuff over there, too. Just get rid of that. Put in the Snow White. That's where Snow White belongs. She doesn't belong in Town Hall. You know, that's a crazy place to have her. But it seems like, you know, when they don't know where to put a princess or a Tinkerbell, send her over there, up there by Mickey. We can put them all up there. So, that's where all the princesses started, when they were building Fairy Tale Hall, right? And now they're going back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go back to from where you came. We built that for you, but now you have to go back there.
Right.
That's just crazy. We love you, Disney. Okay, there's another rumor going around, and I'm not sure if this is really fact yet. Well, it's fact that the Yankee Trader Shop in Liberty Square in the Magic Kingdom here in Walt Disney World is closing for refurbishment July 7th to September 30th. Now, this is the rumor part. It's expected that that store will be transformed into a new Haunted Mansion gift shop that will feature an on-ride photo pickup location along with Haunted Mansion merchandise. Now, if this is the case, I'm for that. Well, the ride photo thing I could do without, but the Haunted Mansion merchandise will fly off the shelves. There are enough crazy people that love the Haunted Mansion, that love Haunted Mansion merchandise, that they could fill the World of Disney store with it and still not keep things on the shelf. If they turn this into a Haunted Mansion shop, it'll be very successful, without a doubt, hands down.
Yeah, I think so too.
I am not surprised it did. I thought when they did that whole Rapunzel area and they were redoing all that, I thought they were definitely going to close the shop and put in a Haunted Mansion store.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, we know there's a lot of Haunted Mansion stuff coming because they've made announcements about the merchandise that we can start looking for. So there's going to be tons of stuff. So, it kind of makes sense that they'd have a place to put it right there by the attraction.
But why aren't they going to have it open for its anniversary in August? They're going to not open this until September 30th. The anniversary will be over.
Oh, right, of the attraction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it the anniversary of ours or the anniversary of Disneyland's Haunted Mansion? I don't know either.
Remember.
I have to look that up. I have heard
I thought it was ours because Kevin John is doing merchandise for it. He wouldn't do Disneyland, I don't think.
Yeah, Kevin's doing some stuff with them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. As far as I heard, like, way back when people started first talking about magic bands and how they're going to interact with the attractions, like things like how you'll be able to make a Small World doll at home, and then when you get on the attraction, you'll see your Small World doll pop up on different screens around the attraction. Your magic band knows it's your birthday, so it'll say on the screen, "Happy birthday" with your name, that kind of thing. What I heard was with the Haunted Mansion, there's going to actually be a video that you can buy after you're off the ride. So we know that the newer version of the Hitchhiking Ghost, when they follow you home, it's pretty high tech now, and they move around and do different things, which is cool. So one thing I've heard for a long time is that maybe would be kind of almost like a video that you could pick up. So I don't know if that's kind of feeding into this rumor, but it says the on-ride photo opportunity is speculated to take place in the Hitchhiking Ghost scene. I don't know. It's going to be fun to see what happens.
Yeah, interesting. That'll be good. I want to see it. Bring it on. Well, we didn't have this down, but it was the last Star Wars weekend, this past Sunday, or it'll be probably 2 Sundays by the time you hear this. But they were selling this last weekend, and I don't think it was previously, the special limited edition Star Wars magic bands. One was Yoda, and one was Darth Vader. A friend of ours that I had met in the park on Sunday had bought the Darth Vader one. And what the cast member was telling you, first of all, if you bought this, there was only 2,500 of them. And once they were sold, they were gone. Once you decided to buy this, it had to be linked immediately to your ticket media. You couldn't take this home and do it later because they did not want these on eBay. So that was how they were stopping everybody from buying a bunch of them and just putting them on eBay. You had to link it to ticket media right there at the cash register. Okay, but what everybody was told was, I think the Darth Vader one, once you say go to tap it at one of the turnstiles, it will turn the light red first. It'll speak Darth Vader's voice. Darth Vader says something, and then you'll do your fingerprint and it'll turn green for you to go. And I think the Yoda one does something too. It turns a special color. Yoda speaks, and then you can. I was very close to buying one, but I'm not. I love Star Wars, but I don't know if I need a band. I don't even wear my band when I'm in the park. I just keep it in my pocket. So,
and they're $30.
Yeah, it was $29.95, which is a little crazy for a magic band, I think. So look for them on eBay, because I'm sure people will be taking their ticket media off it, and they'll be selling them on eBay.
So do we know for a fact that it makes the turnstile talk to you?
Well, I could not get anybody to show me that. I said, well, can you show me that? And nobody could do that. So we'll have to wait. I'm sure somebody is using it. I'm sure if we Google Star Wars Magic Band, somebody's got video out there, I hope.
Yeah. By the time this show goes live, we'll know for sure. Yeah.
Everybody will be posting and reposting.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now, the Disney Parks Podcast Infotainment segment.
Theme here. We're going to give you tips for keeping cool. We know you're all cool, but how to keep cool temperature-wise in the park.
Right, yeah, because it's like miserable hot right now. So we need tips for staying cool in the park.
Yep, so these are all tips on how to stay cool in the park.
All right, so I guess I'll start us off here. I want to recommend... Okay, so my first tip for keeping cool in the park is going to be to take advantage of your extra magic hour. So, of course, you can't do this unless you're staying in a Disney resort. It's a perk of staying on property. But a lot of times they will have those nice early morning magic hours when it's definitely much cooler, than it is in the afternoon, or the, late at night hours. That's a good way to kind of beat the heat in the parks. Just try to take advantage of those extra magic hours if you can.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, because if you go early in the morning, it's nice, and then you can go back to the pool, relax, and then if it's extra magic at night, you can go from the pool to a park. I'm going to start with attractions that have seats and air conditioning. I came up with a fairly short list of some of my favorite attractions to go on that I can sit down and have excellent air conditioning. All right, so let's start in the Magic Kingdom. You have Hall of Presidents, Carousel of Progress, Country Bear Jamboree. It's a little short, but still good. Mark Twain Boat, if you stay inside. It's usually pretty cool. And then you have the beloved monorail. Just ride it like there's no tomorrow. Just places that you get some air conditioning. Now, pick your monorail car wisely, because some have better air conditioning than others. Over in Epcot, you have the France movie. That's nice and long. You have Captain EO. That's a good 20-minute show. The Land boat ride is pretty good. The Circle of Life movie. You have Ellen's Energy Adventure. That's like almost 30 minutes of air conditioning. And
yeah,
you're
I
sitting.
think it's like 45, actually.
Yeah, it's excellent. The Mexican boat ride is not too bad. Over at the studios, this is a very strange place. There's not a lot of inside things to do. A lot of the shows are outside. Indiana Jones is outside. Beauty and the Beast is outside. Stunt Car is outside. All the shows are outside. This is like the complete opposite of all the other parks. But you can do the Muppets, which is inside. It's not the longest attraction, but at least there's something. Over at the Animal Kingdom, you have two great shows, Nemo and The Lion King. Both of those are inside. Both of those have great air conditioning. The Nemo show is a nice, good, long show if you want to get out of the heat for a while. So that's my list of, if you're going to have to do an attraction, if that's your thing, you're going to be in the park, go at least do one that you can sit, you can relax, and you can get some air conditioning.
Yeah, totally. Those are great ideas. And the great movie ride, too, at the studios.
Yeah, it's a little bit on the short side, but all right.
Is it? I was thinking it was like 20 minutes or so. Maybe not. Yeah. But it's always nice and cool in there. Another idea that we have for you was the free ice water. So a lot of people don't know that you can actually ask for a free cup of ice water at a lot of the kiosks as well as quick service restaurants. Of course, you can buy bottled water, but if you don't want to do that, they have wonderful crisp, cool, clean, filtered water with ice that they'll give you in a cup. Now, the best case scenario, of course, if you don't want to wait in line for your free ice water, you can just bring your own. A lot of people will get like a water bottle, empty it about halfway out, put it in the freezer. By the time you're ready to drink it in the afternoon, you'll have nice, cool water in your own little bottle that you're carrying around. Disney makes a wonderful little clip, and I don't know what these are called, Tony, but they have a metal part that closes, and then there's like a rubber part, so you can put your bottle right through there and just clip that on and go. So it's super convenient, and I haven't seen those anywhere except the Disney park.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, so that's really handy and nice to have too. So just free ice water and bring your own bottled water as well.
Yep, good stuff. Yeah, I know a lot of people bring their own bottled water. They freeze it and bring the whole frozen thing. My next tip is two things: ice cream and milkshakes, and lots of them. There is plenty of ice cream in the park. I mean, there's ice cream bars, there's frozen banana bars, there's Mickey bars, there's Dole Whips, there's milkshakes, there's ice cream and milkshakes. And, listen, you're on vacation, so calories don't count, and who cares? Mm-hmm. You're cold, go get something cold. Go get an ice cream and then go sit inside somewhere. Go to a little quick service and, go sit down inside. You don't have to sit outside and eat your ice cream. Sit in air conditioning and eat your ice cream. Ice cream and milkshakes. I think the Magic Kingdom has the most ice cream places. I may be wrong, but I don't think any place else has more ice cream places than the Magic Kingdom. Just my theory. Per square foot, there's probably more ice cream in the Magic Kingdom. Yeah.
All right, good to know. The other thing that's fun is to just keep an eye out for the various fountains that are available to play in. So they've got a really nice new one in Epcot. You'll pass it if you're making your way from Future World to World Showcase. You'll pass it on your right-hand side. And it's a lot of fun. You'll always see kids and adults just kind of hanging out there by that little water fountain, and that's what it's there for, just to play and try to cool off. There's also that famous one that's been there forever and ever over by the Imagination Pavilion. So right by Captain EO and all that good stuff, you've got the wonderful jumping water there that's always a hit with the kids and great way to cool off. And then of course there's always your rides, your Kali River Rapids at Animal Kingdom, your Splash Mountain at Magic Kingdom, rides like that are guaranteed to get you soaking wet, so you can just go and dry off in the hot sun rather quickly, but it cools you off at that time. So that's a good way to do it. So you just watch for water fountains and water in general.
Yeah, I've seen this a couple times now in the parks and also at Downtown Disney. When your little toddler is playing in the fountain, they must leave their clothes on.
Yes.
A lot of the parents take their pants or their shorts off, and then they're either A, naked, or B, with a diaper, and unfortunately that is not allowed. Keep your kids' pants and clothing on them. I think the topless thing is okay. It's the bottomless thing that usually freaks out Disney security, and then some parent gets yelled at for that. So
yeah,
if you don't want to be yelled at or embarrassed, then leave your kids' pants on.
Always a good idea.
Always a good tip. The other thing I was thinking about is pools, and more pools. Pools are free. They're free if you're staying on Disney property. I don't know what happens off property. There may be a pool fee for all I know. But if you are staying at a Disney resort, every Disney resort has a pool, or pools, plural. If you're staying someplace like the Caribbean Beach, every building's got a pool. I think they have 12 pools there. So if you can't find a pool that's not crowded, you're crazy, because there's one at every building. But a pool is a great place to keep cool. And Disney had done a survey in conjunction with this marketing company, and the number one thing that kids under 18 want to do when they're on vacation is go to the pool.
Swim in a pool.
That's it. They don't want to go to the parks, Mom and Dad. They want to go to the pool. Number one thing above going to the parks was the pool. If you're on vacation, don't deprive your family and your children and your kids of the pool. Go to the pool. They want to go to the pool. They're not going to be mad if they, have to leave the park and go to the pool for a couple hours. They're going to love it. So go to the pool.
Yeah, and some really good news is, Art of Animation is considered a value resort, and they have installed the largest pool on Disney property, other than the water parks, of course, right there at that more affordable value resort. So that's good to know that there's lots and lots of swimming room over at Art of Animation. Again, because like you said, they probably recognize that that's really important for families. So that's a good one to stay at if a pool's important to you. And you can hear the music under the water.
Yep, and it's salt water, and it's a 750,000 gallon pool.
Wow.
It's almost 1 million gallons of water in that pool.
Amazing.
It's an awesome pool. I've been in there. It's awesome.
That's good stuff. Well, and I just want to remind everybody, something that helps me a lot is just sunscreen and sunblock. It actually makes the surface of your skin feel cooler when you're using sunscreen. Just a tip, my personal preference, and Tony, you should share yours too, but I really like the Copper Tone Sport. It's a spray on, and I sweat like a pig, and it manages to stay on me. So that's, a sunblock that I really enjoy. And then for my face, I have to use something, because I'm very fair and very sensitive. So I have a little stick. It's called Water Babies. It's pink. It's probably made for babies and children. Yeah, I'm sure it is. But it's the only thing I found that I can use on my face. It doesn't run into my eyes or sting my eyes, because I'm kind of sensitive. It's not the best looking thing. Like, it's totally shiny and greasy on your face, but it does the job. Like, I can be out all day in the sun with those two products. And I come home and still have my lily white skin that I left the house with in the morning. So those are the two that I like. Do you have like certain brands that you like, Tony?
The cheapest one. The one that's on sale at Walmart. I know, I like to spray on stuff because I don't like rubbing it all, just spray it on and be done with it. The other thing I sometimes wear to the park during the summer is these like sun shirts, kind of like what you would wear to the pool. So it's like a pool shirt, that you can wear in the pool, but it's also repels the sun so that you don't get, burnt. So I always sometimes wear those to the park during the summer because it's just very, very hot. There are, I think, some of those like sport shirts, for like running that, help wick the sweat away from you. Mm-hmm. Those shirts help to keep me cool. And sometimes those shirts also act as a light sunscreen barrier too. That's what I use. Another good thing, which me being pretty much lacking hair on the top of his head, is a hat. Bring a hat. A hat with a nice good brim helps. I have a ton of baseball hats, but I also have a hat that I got at Disney that is also SPF 50. So it's like a floppy hat with a nice big brim that also is a good sunscreen for my little balding head. Because that's the first thing that gets burnt, is my head.
Yeah.
It's got direct contact to the sun.
Yes, well, and I have a full head of hair, and I've had the part in my hair get burnt. So, I mean, the sun is just brutal, so you gotta watch out for that in Florida.
Yeah, it doesn't take more than 15 minutes down here, and you're burnt, and you're done.
Yeah.
I have to say something, don't I? The other one that I was thinking about is water parks. Listen, we have two of the biggest water parks probably in Central Florida in one resort here. There's Typhoon Lagoon and there's Blizzard Beach, and during the summer they are both open. During the winter, one has a rehab and one is open, and then the other one has the rehab and the other one's open. But for the summer, like I think it's like May on, these things are going full tilt. And they both have two different themes. One is like a kind of watering hole, a mayhem thing with the water and the boats and things. The other one is a ski resort that melted down. I've been to both. I kind of like Blizzard Beach a little bit more. I think it's a little bit more roomier. I think it's because it was the one that they built after they built Typhoon. They kind of fixed some things over at Blizzard. I've done this too, and I know people are probably laughing at me, but I've done the cabanas. And if you have 6 or 8 people or so, and you all pitch in, it's really a great deal because you have your own shade, your own spot to sit down and relax. You have your own refrigerator with your own bottled water, which is free. And then there is somebody that will get you food. So you have your own little, server that will, if you want to order something, they will actually get the food and bring it to you. You don't even have to go get it. If you want to go get your own food, you can go get it and then bring it back. But there is a person that will bring food to you. I know a lot of people say that when they go to the water parks, there's never a place to sit, and that's why we chose the cabanas. And they have the cabana, what do they call it? The polar patios at Blizzard Beach. And then they also have chairs. Chase chairs that you can reserve too. Now, to do either one of these, you have to make a reservation. That's really the only way you're going to get them. If you go to the park that day and ask for one, they're probably gone. The polar patios, I think they only have 6 of them. So there's not a lot to go around. The other Chase chairs, I think, come with a towel and the chair, and that's it. No water, no server or anything like that. You just get the chair and the towel. Another thing when you go to the water parks is towels are not supplied. I know, that sounds crazy. When somebody told me you can't get a towel at the water park, I said, what? Does Disney know that there's water there? It's not like the pools. It's not a big giant thing of towels. If you don't bring a towel, you don't have a towel. You got to go buy one. I know what Disney resort guests do is they bring towels from their pool and then bring those to the water park. That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Because those towels are free. That's it. A water park is a great way. Here's another tip too. A water park ticket is fairly expensive. So if you go, go and spend the whole day. Don't try to half day it, because you're really not going to get your full value. You may or may not get on every water slide and traction and watering hole thing if you kind of go a half day thing. If you go half day, expect that you're not going to get to do everything, and you may not have a place to sit. If you go in the afternoon, you're probably not going to have a place to sit. If you go at rope drop, you're probably going to have a better shot at a chair, and you'll probably get a lot of the water rides done in the morning. Maybe have the rest of the day to relax at the pools and things like that. That's my tips for the water parks too.
Yeah, that's all really good stuff.
Yeah, have you been to either one, Krista?
I have not.
Neither water park?
I know. I just really, it's just not my thing. I'm not a fan of water parks. I mean, I used to go in high school and stuff like that, but I don't know. Since I've gotten to a certain age, my kids have gone. My kids grew up going to both of them with their friends and stuff, but I always was able to get out of going. I just didn't
I like the lazy river. That's really my favorite thing.
Yeah.
If it was more adult themed, like some of the, over at Bonnet Creek, where they had like, bars where you can kind of stroll down with your tube while you're going down the river and get a cocktail, that would be great, but Disney doesn't do that. You got to BYOB, bring your own beer in the lazy river, and I think you get yelled at then, for having an open container, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, I know there's a lot of people that are germophobic and will not go to a water park because, they're afraid of everybody's peeing in the pool.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, peeing all over the place,
It's not my case, but I know there's a lot of people that feel that way.
Well, maybe we'll have to go. Maybe we'll go in the off season when it's not crazy.
Yeah.
Because most of them are heated.
That sounds good. The other thing I wanted to mention too that I forgot to put in the notes is a lot of people just bring a washcloth, like a cool washcloth in a Ziploc bag, and just pull it out when you need to just kind of wipe down the back of your neck and stuff like that. Apparently it's very helpful. I haven't tried it myself, but that's a really popular thing to do too, just to bring that along. So
you bring up a good question. Have you ever tried one of those cloths that you snap them and they're supposed to be cold and you put it around your neck?
Yeah.
Or the one that you
I haven't
dip
tried
in
those.
water. Yeah, they're a little pricey. Some of them are like $12 or $14. I saw them in, I think it was Target, and this one was the kind that you snapped, and then it would keep your neck cold for like an hour or whatever. And then after an hour, when it kind of got warm again, you just snapped it again, and it would get cold again. I'm like, I don't buy that. I mean, really, here in Florida, I'm going to snap it, it's going to keep my neck cold? Come on. It's 105.
That'd be some amazing technology.
Yeah, I don't know. I did see another kind where you put it in water and then, I think, wring it, and that activated the cold in it, and that would keep your neck warm. Oh, cool. I don't know. We'll have to try one. Maybe we'll do a towel experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how they hold up to the Disney heat.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that about does it for mine. Did you have any other ones?
I'm trying to think. I think that was it.
And just water misting fans. Those are good too. You can get those at Walmart or whatever. And then also you can get parasols at Japan. If the sun is really bad and you just want to have like some shade, they are surprisingly affordable. I can't remember now how much they are, but if you're in a pinch and you really need something like that, you can go to Japan at Epcot and pick up a little parasol. Even get your name painted on there for an extra fee. So that's an idea too.
All right, call me crazy. Somebody told me to do this, take an umbrella to the park because it'll keep the sun from beating on you and you'll actually be cooler. And I had tried it once. I felt as if the sun with that nylon was actually making the sun hotter. I felt hotter underneath the umbrella than I did. I felt like that the sun going through the nylon was making it hotter and then heating me up. I don't know. Maybe it's just my umbrella at the time.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe the different fabrics make a difference.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway. All right, so if you have thoughts of this, you want to tell us how you guys keep cool in the hot beating sun. And a lot of people come down during the summertime. It's kids got off from school and
Star Wars weekends.
Yeah, Star Wars weekends. You pack up the family truckster and you come on down to Wally World. Leave us a message. We now have a very cool way that you can do that. Go to the Disney Parks Podcast website, click on the little red bar on the side, and you can leave us a 90-second message. If you're in the park, you can do it on your phone, your tablet, your whatever you're carrying around that gets on the internet. You carry it around. Just go to the website and tell us how you're keeping cool while you're in the parks. We'd love to hear it. We'll play it right here on the show. All right, Krista, anything else we have for this week's show?
I think that about does it, and we'll see you in the park.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.
Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. One huge upon a star, your dream